Hey fellas, how you doing? It's Johnny. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't even know where to start in this video. It's going to be difficult to explain this. I'm going to do my best. I'm not comfortable doing this video either. This is why I'm doing this video. If I don't do this video, it would be selfish not to share this message on, pass it on to help other men that may be going through social anxiety, trauma, feelings of low self-esteem, feelings of dishonesty, feeling pain. I'm not going to fuck around and sugarcoat it, feeling really empty, feeling that something isn't right. Now I'm going to share some direct experience and tell you how I felt when I was going through that, what I did to change those feelings, and then what came after that. And we'll come to the conclusion of this video. We don't need a title. You guys have been following me for a long time. Obviously, well, if you've been following me for a long time, see I'm struggling. This happens to me sometimes. So you guys are going to see sometimes I get anxious. I'm struggling to do the video, but we're going to keep it going. I am struggling today because I'm excited, and I don't feel, part of me feels uncomfortable doing this video because I feel a little bit arrogant doing this video. I feel arrogant because I feel like I'm not really in a position to say this, but I know I am in a position to say this. I know what I've experienced, I know what I'm learning, and I know how my life has changed. So, right, let's go for it again. The video is about love. The video is about the whole purpose to why we get into meeting women. It's about self-love. I'm struggling. Right. I knew I was going to struggle today because I spoke to a guy on Facebook. He was asking me questions. I said I'm going to answer it in a video, and I've been speaking to people the whole day. Every conversation I've had today has been about love. I can't explain it. Maybe I'm projecting what I'm feeling and what I'm searching for myself and still looking for. Alright, let's start again. Fucking hell. So, when I was dishonest, man, oh, it's hard to say that. When I was dishonest, even though people were saying, you're not dishonest, you're just going out and meeting and sleeping with women, you're getting laid. What's wrong with that? That's what I thought. But my feelings didn't feel like that. And our intuition never lies. It never lies. The gut feeling, where does the saying come from? Follow your gut feeling, follow your instinct. Go with your intuition. For me, this is God. People have got different assumptions about what God is. And are you a Christian, are you this? Don't worry about all that. Let's just worry about what we feel in us, direct experience I'm talking about. So, when I first started to go out and get laid, I loved it. I'm not going to bullshit you. I fucking love feeling good. I love feeling like a somebody. I loved that feeling of being liked and being looked up to, and that approval I was searching for when I was a kid. That approval that my dad never gave me, or maybe I didn't feel he gave me in the way that I wanted it. That approval that I thought I couldn't get from anyone, friends, family. The approval that I couldn't even give myself because I didn't think I deserved it. So I had to go and seek it through women, which is a very, very satisfying thing, and I'm a man like all of you are, or some of you are women. So I did what I thought was right. And they say when the wrong man uses the right means works in the wrong way. So it wasn't coming from the right place. I was scared, I was afraid of being turned down, afraid of not being liked, afraid of being left by women, afraid of being abandoned by people. It feels even weird to admit that, because that feels for me soft. See my old identity trying to come through and fight what I'm saying. But that was the honest truth. Terrified of being turned down and being left and feeling rejected. And I kept getting an inner monologue that kept saying, you're going to be caught out one day. Everyone's going to know you're struggling. You're going to be caught out. You're going to be caught out by the guys who watch you on YouTube. You're going to be caught out by your family. Your friends are going to catch you out. And all the women are going to find out. And I thought to myself, what the fuck could I be caught out for? I'm an honest man. What could I be caught out for? For getting laid? For having addiction to sex? But I was getting caught about myself, because I realised it doesn't really matter what people think about me on YouTube. It doesn't really matter what my friends and family think. It matters what I think. Because I need to be selfish to me, because I didn't have any self-respect. I had no self-esteem, no kingdom within. It's all coming from damaged personality, from trauma and all the rest of it. But that isn't a bad thing. That for me was an exciting thing. because I had to get a mentor. What you guys did with me, you're learning from me. I had to get someone to tell me the truth, because I was hard to look at it. 10 years, guys. Fucking 10 years of my life believing in this stuff and believing in what society taught me, that you need to sleep with women to be, because basically these are the messages that were coming through. Now, I can blame everyone. I'm going to take responsibility. It's going to be a good video. So whether I say, it's my dad's fault, it's my mum's fault, or it's the rich people's fault, or it's the celebrities on TV for making me feel insecure, or it's your fault, or it's the pickup community's fault, or it's this guy's fault. Blaming. I got to a stage where you start running out of people to blame. And then you think, oh, fucking hell. Nah, it can't be. It can't be. Is it me? Am I causing this? Am I causing this fucking suffering every day? Or, what's even worse, some days you feel great when you're sleeping with a woman, but the post blues, the come down, fucking hell, the come down's hard. Because it doesn't matter what they're telling you about how good you are, you feel like worthless. I used to feel worthless in West Hampstead, in my posh apartment or place, and because I was a cheat, I was a liar. I was cheating on my girlfriend. I was angry, I was hateful. I was honest when I was teaching and kind, and then coming out of teaching and feeling like a saint, feeling great. But I was teaching dishonesty. I was teaching men to sleep with women, but I didn't know. So I was confusion, because how could it be dishonest when everyone's doing it? If everyone's doing it, how can it be dishonest? But then I thought deeper. But is everyone doing it? I started to ask myself questions. What does it mean to be a man? What does it mean to be good with women? Maybe I was asking the wrong questions, that's why the answers weren't corresponding. I started to think, this is absolutely bollocks. I'm going out to sleep with women to impress men. What am I going to gain out of that? A pat on the back, well done. Who's next to me at night when I'm depressed? When I'm sleeping by myself at night? Well, obviously a girlfriend at the time. Are these men in my thoughts? I'm the one who's got to live with me 24 hours a day. I've got to live with this kingdom. This is the kingdom. This is your kingdom. This is your body. This is your temple. I'm living with this 24 hours a day. So it's almost like the sugar highs didn't last long enough. Those temporary fixes, the addictions. I was fucking addicted to women. I loved it. I was consumed in it. I couldn't stop. But at the cost of what? Losing all my integrity, losing all of my beautiful, lovely, innocent charm, losing the relationship with a family, losing friends. Didn't start to not trust anyone. Got to a stage where it's getting difficult to teach, pass this on, because I didn't believe in it no more. Right towards the end, and I thought, how the fuck am I going to tell these guys that this could be wrong? And this is what I learned from my mentors. I love Floyd. I told him that. I'll show him this video. He inspired me. He changed my life. If it wasn't for him, maybe I wouldn't be here. But what we were going out and doing, it wasn't right. Sleeping with different women for life happiness, it wasn't right. It wasn't right for me. And then I found out other men feel the same way. The difference is some people have got the courage to admit that it ain't right. Some people are at different stages. And I didn't want to be judgmental. I didn't want to throw this in people's faces. I didn't want to start going around saying, you're doing it right, you're doing it wrong. I couldn't judge someone. I've done some horrific things in my life. I want everyone to know I've made mistakes. I've been a drug dealer, I've been violent, I've been a bully, I've been dishonest, but I've also been kind, I've been loving, and I've done wonderful things. I've made lots of mistakes. So I'm not, I'm very aware of my shortcomings, but I'm very aware of my talents. And I'm very aware of who I am. I was scared to go towards it. I thought, if I'm too honest, this can't work in a world like this. In the world we live in, honesty doesn't work. Even though I'm teaching honesty, I'm teaching honesty at a level that I can manage and the level that I feel people will receive. I'm asleep, guys. You got to remember, but I'm waking up. So I'm waking up through the dishonesty. And I start thinking about stuff. I'll go a bit deep with you right now. And I'm thinking to myself, made the money. Because I was always insecure about money. We grew up poor, council estate, job seekers allowance. Money was scary. It put a lot of fear in me. I associated money with love, which is going to make sense in a minute. Listen up. So women and money was my nemesis. I've got to make money, got to get women. But do you know what's interesting, right? And I mean this from my heart. When I used to teach, even when it was the pickup stuff, that was when I was my most happiest. And it's just come to me now. Do you know why I was my most happiest? Because even though I was teaching men's state of women, I was in my best self. I was connecting to something bigger. I couldn't explain it. I was having fellowship with these men. We were exchanging what we both needed. We didn't really need to be going out on the street and to be trying to shag women. I'm going to get emotional. I might start crying, so beware. We were building friendships. So most of the times I was teaching people, and I'm not just making this up, it's come to me now, I was having these type of conversations with them. So I wasn't fully aware of what I was saying because I didn't know how to intellectualize it and comprehend it, but I knew, I could feel by intuition that people were coming to me because they had the same insecurities I did, and it was, they needed fellowship, they needed friendship, they needed honest relationships. And that part of me that was honest was corresponding with people. I could feel it. But when I'd go away, I used to say to my girlfriend, when I teach, I feel great, I feel really good. But when I come away from teaching, I got bad feelings coming up. You're a hypocrite, oh, you're fucking bullshit, you're a liar, you're saying all this stuff. It's a lot of confusion in me. I realised it was past trauma, lots of insecurities and all the rest of it. So going out and getting laid was kind of like a way to confirm, even to you guys, to impress you guys, because I had a fucking lot of pressure on me, but I brought it myself, not blaming anyone. So getting laid was a way to justify, I am a good teacher, but I was a good teacher without getting laid. I've been a good teacher since I was a kid. Do you know why I'm a good teacher? Because I used to get beaten all the time and pissed down my leg. That makes you a good teacher. I was frightened of men, I was frightened of people. That's why I'm a good teacher. So getting laid was irrelevant. Because I know about fear, guys. I know about terror, I know about fear. I know about fear of abandonment. I know about the fear of not being liked. I also know about the fear of being liked, getting too popular. That used to scare me. What if I really let go and be myself, I know people are going to like me. And I say this with the most respect and kindness, because I know I'm a very charming, loving, I'm the type of person people want to be around. And that's the same reflection that you guys see in yourself when you watch my video. Because that's what we have, that's what we all have in us. But we have the tendency to fall out. So I thought to myself one day, I remember thinking, and it came up gradually with Floyd, because Floyd, it's almost like, when I met Floyd when I was 22, he encouraged me to kind of start approaching women. He didn't force me, he didn't tell me, so I'm not blaming. I love the guy. He just inspired me in a way that I can't explain. It's godly, I've said it before. I can't explain it, why he came into my life, but it's godly. And we reunited the other day, we met, and we had a great conversation about this, what I'm telling you. And this video is about love, that's what I spoke to him about. I said, you know why friendship's so good for 10 years? Because you had problems trusting people, so did I. Because we've always loved one another, we've always been honest, we fell out sometimes, we've always been straight with each other. And I was more straight the other day than I've ever been with him, and the connection was massive. He said to me, you know what he said to me? I can't believe you've changed, Johnny. I told him, I just said, to simplify it, because I didn't want to throw it in his face, I'm working with Jeff, I'm working on myself spiritually, I'm cleaning up. I said, I've been going down the church, I'm just getting around good people, I'm mixing with religious people. I didn't want to overwhelm him with this stuff, but he said, your energy's positive, man. I said, yeah, and I touched his arm, I said, this is how you were, Floyd, when I first met you. He said, do you remember how anxious I was? Do you remember how scared I was, Floyd? Do you remember how nervous I was of people? And he said, yeah, I remember, John. I remember how you was. I said, I'm not nervous no more, Floyd, I'm fixed. And I said, thanks to you, thanks to myself and all the help I've been around, and I'm helping other people. And I've said to him, you know, it's about love. And he said, yeah, of course it is. And we've, like, the same thing Floyd, I'm getting muddled a bit, the same thing Floyd was telling me, the same thing I was telling him. And it's a universal message that we all know. We fuck around, we pretend that we don't know what it's about. It is about love. It's about honesty, it's about fellowship, it's about integrity. And it's a struggle to get here, but it's worth it. So, I had some contemplation. A lot of people ask me, Johnny, what happened when you had your nervous breakdown? That you couldn't deal with life, or you couldn't handle? No, I couldn't deal with it. This fucking famous stuff freaked me out, and all the dishonesty catched up, because I got to a stage where what happened to me was, it's like a stage where you're awakening. So when I was going out doing the pickup stuff, unconsciously I was trying to awaken. So being dishonest at the time wasn't a bad thing when I look back at it. You know, I don't teach people to be dishonest no more, because that was the route I had to take to awaken. I had so much damage and trauma, and this is what so many great teachers have to go through. So I was trying to wake up. If you look at my old videos, I was saying the same thing I am now. It just, my integrity was out. Does that make sense? I was saying overcoming anxiety, connecting with people, being honest. I was trying to get to that. But you got to remember, I could only put out what I was capable of giving. So I could only give the love that I had, where now it's solid. It's more because I've worked on myself and I'm awake. And let's just make it simple so I don't confuse myself. It's just living with integrity in all areas. So I thought about it. I thought, right, is it making me a better person to sleep with women? And I asked my higher self, don't bullshit yourself, Johnny. I should tell the truth. Will it make a difference in my life or in my clients' life, students or people that watch me on YouTube or my family, if I sleep with more women? No. Who gives a shit how many women Johnny Berba's sleeping with? No one cares. No one really cares. And if people do care, coming from the wrong place, ego, just not in the right place, and that's okay. Would it make me a better teacher? I believed so at the time. Once I started to work with people one-on-one to see their deeper issues, no, it won't. It will actually make me a better teacher if I'm cleaning up. And I actually be better if I get in a relationship, which I was, and I was at my happiest. And interestingly enough, a couple of years back, I was dishonest, but there were areas when I was honest. And that's when there was bliss. There wasn't all this trauma coming. It was when I started to cheat on my girlfriend, I started to not feel good. When I started to cheat on my girlfriend, on Alina, I didn't feel good. And these feelings started coming up. And that opened up a whole other load of addictions. I started to drink. I was never a drinker. Even my mum said it. You don't usually drink. I was drinking JD and Coke every night. I was going and teaching, coming back home and feeling lonely. My girlfriend was at work and I'm sitting in a nice posh apartment, famous on YouTube, making money, girlfriend, all women around me. I've got the pick-up lifestyle that I generally believed it was the way to make me happy. I thought when I was doing it, it was the right thing. And I felt dirty and dishonest and lots of anxiety. But this didn't happen straight away. It took a few years to creep up on me. So some people are having this realization very quick, because there's people that are a lot more awake than me now than I was back then. Does that make sense? Or they're probably a lot more secure than I was at the stage they're at. I was a very, very insecure man carrying lots of trauma. So I had to go away and assess this and think about it, because it was challenging me a lot. Some days I'd think, oh no, it's okay to be honest, and I kept going back and forth. I got to a stage where I couldn't bullshit myself no more. I fixed the trauma with counselling, with Jeff's help, my dad. That gave me a lot of clarity. It gave me all the answers I need to know. I realised that going out and sleeping with women was a way to cope with insecurities that were deep-rooted from childhood. Pretty simple, really, in psychological terms. But there was other things attached to it. It wasn't like you realise within a problem there's 1,000 more problems. That was the bulk of it. Yeah, abuse from my father created issue, feelings of low self-esteem, even though I built an identity up that was very confident, self-assured, and I had the material proof to back that up. But eventually that pain was so strong it started to seep through the cracks and break out, and that's when you have a breakdown. I had a breakdown and I had a massive breakthrough, and I felt so much love. It was incredible. So it is about self-love. This is the foundation that where the channel has gone, where I'm teaching. Men need to, if they want to be happy or happier, they need to build a relationship with themselves, and then everything from that relationship is a bonus. So let me give you an example. Listen up carefully. If you're struggling with money right now, that is a clear sign that you're struggling with a relationship with yourself. If you're struggling with women, or you're struggling with people socially, it's a clear sign that you need to work on a relationship with yourself. It sounds severe and doom and gloom. It's the most exciting journey. There's no rush. There's nothing to panic about. You're not going to lose out. There is enough to go around for everyone and more. I say this all the time. There is no competition but yourself. I don't have to worry about, oh, this guy's sleeping with more women than me. Oh, you guys doing better than me. It makes no difference. As a matter of fact, I said it the other day, some of my students I've worked with have outdone me with women, and I'm very glad, I'm very grateful. It makes me happy. Makes me feel good selfishly for being a good teacher, because I only want one woman. I'm a one man, one woman guy. I always was. That's what I always wanted. You guys are the same. I know you. I know your hearts very well. because you're the same as me. Maybe not in complexion and hairstyle, but we all want the same thing. You want love. You are love, you have love, but you won't feel it when you're fucking around. I have to say this message with passion to get it through, because I need to put the message out, because you guys keep asking me for it, and it's been difficult putting it out, because I'm trying to do it in subtle ways. I want to overwhelm you, but you want to love yourself, and you won't love yourself if you're cheating on women, or if you're hiding in addictions to escape yourself. That's going to cause depression, anxiety, and you won't feel confident. Let me share this with you. Let me share the gospel. I'm joking here, so please relax. I need to make this funny because it makes it easy to tell the story. When I stopped getting laid on the street, I just felt 10 times more confident than I ever felt. I felt more confident than when I was sleeping with multiple women. I'll tell you guys the truth. Look in my eyes if you doubt what I'm saying. I couldn't understand at the start. I thought, am I going mad? Then it made sense. Of course I do, because I've got my integrity. That means I've got to a stage where I'm securing myself where I don't need to go and do it. You're going to challenge me, some of you. I can feel it. You're going to say, well, maybe we've got to go out and do that till we feel what you did, Johnny. I can't stop you. I'm not a fucking preacher, even though I feel like one sometimes. I want to help you, but you have to want to help yourself. I'm not God. Apparently, we're all God in Buddhist terms, but He's helping me. So I feel I'm getting outside help to tell you guys this and to tell myself. Otherwise, I would have no right to say all this stuff. Because it's difficult enough saying this, but it's exciting. You have to go on your own journey and find out. But I'm telling you what works for me, what's worked for the guys I'm working with. It's basically very simple. It's living an honest life and building honest social relationships. And that is a manifestation of the relationship you have with yourself. If you don't trust yourself and you're dishonest and you're cheating on people, you will be cheated back by your own inner monologue, your feelings, your thoughts. Of course you're going to get the pressure. Now, does that mean when you wake up and you live a life of integrity and you're congruent that you don't have your challenges? If I was to say that, I'll be bullshitting you. Sometimes I'm scared shitless, guys. I'm fucking full of anxiety. I'm waking up in the morning with a fast heartbeat, I'm sweating and I'm scared of life. But that's okay, because I've got nothing to hide on myself. It beats the old days, but I have so much days of joy, bliss, love, happiness. I'm going to be straight with you today. I'm crying every week. I'm crying every week because it's joy, because relief, healing, yes. And I feel great, and I'm proof. I need to justify this. Look at the difference of me and my videos now to 3 years back. Look at how much more relaxed I am. I've got more inner peace. I'm still working on it. There's a lot more to achieve. I'm excited. I'm on this journey with you guys. I'm on this journey with you guys, but I am a good teacher. I'm not going to try and be modest and be British and pretend. I am a very good teacher. I was put here to do this, no doubt in my mind. Terrifies me some days, but excites me most days, and I'm good at it. So I do it naturally. I'm doing it right now. This is no different to what I do on my 6 weeks program. I'm doing it for free right now on YouTube. I sit with people and I say pretty much the same thing I'm saying now. And I just inspire them to inspire themselves. So to simplify it, I started to love myself, loved who I am. And I'm by myself. I'm in a little room now talking to you. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. It's a realization that everyone can have. And you know what's exciting? You don't need to be spiritual. You don't need to be religious. You don't have to be all this, but you need to be honest. The honesty, it will actually, like, let me explain. It's too much information, man. It's fucking stressful. The honesty will direct you towards where you've got to go. It will act like an intuitive teacher. You follow your intuition. What you're doing is you're feeling intuition, you're not following it. So the intuition's saying, don't go out and do the day game and sleep with loads of women because it ain't going to make me feel better. It's not going to change my social anxiety. You're not listening to the intuition, you're fucking around, you're going out, you're getting laid, you feel good for a day or an hour, you come home the next day and you feel like crap because you didn't listen to intuition. Intuition's saying this. Let me share something very personal with you guys to care about you. Intuition's saying, hold on, it's going to come, give me a second. Moment of passion. Gone completely blank. This is my old anxiety coming back, excitement. Your intuition's saying, I want to feel safe in my life. I want to be able to trust people when I'm around people. I want these feelings of shame to go away. I'm sick and tired of feeling worthless. I'm sick and tired of not trusting women. I'm sick of tired of always wearing a mask and playing games. I'm sick and tired of not admitting that I'm afraid. I'm sick and tired of pretending all the time. Pretend. Keep the act up, pretend, impress. Until you say, fuck all this, I've had enough of it, I ain't doing it no more. I'm surrendering to it. You'll feel love. That's the best message I can give you. Pretending. I can't know if I can trust her. She seems dodgy. You're dodgy. That's what was happening to me. I was dodgy. I'm not dodgy anymore. Everyone looks trustworthy. And if they're not trustworthy, not my problem. I worry about me. And it's amazing. Now, am I saying do all this, sit in your flat and just be spiritual? Of course not. I'm encouraging you to go out on the streets, in the bars, wherever, and to socialise, but it has to be from a place of honesty and integrity. If you don't come from that, you will be depressed. It's incredible. So you don't have to become a spiritual monk. I wear normal clothes, same as you guys. And, I'm just going to tell you what I did. I'm going to share with you what I'm teaching on my 6 weeks program. You don't have to do it. You're not being preached at. This is me sharing what I've done. I stopped alcohol. Do you know why I stopped alcohol, guys? I have to be honest with you. Because I never liked alcohol my whole life. I drank alcohol to fit in with people and to impress men and to hide my social anxiety. Alcohol done, not drinking no more. I quit pornography. Do you know why? Because it makes me feel like a scumbag. It makes me feel sleazy, dirty, and I don't like it. I get so passionate. So I stopped pornography. And it is challenging, especially when you can see how stressed I am in a good way. Look at my face, I'm clean, I'm sweating. Because all the dark spirits are coming at me. I really work hard on not talking about people behind their backs. I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy bad-mouthing people. I used to do that a lot when I was insecure. And I did it, it was habitual. It's part of our culture. I'm sorry, it's part of British culture. That's what they do. I don't care what anyone says. I'm talking about the British now. I've got to be careful because I've been contradicting myself. I stopped talking about people behind their back. I start being more straight with people. I don't have no bullshit in my life. But kinder and calm. So, no alcohol. No night game. I don't like nightclubs. That's why I never taught night game. I did a little bit. I don't like night. They're not good for me. No alcohol. No cheating on women. As a matter of fact, no women. That's how strict I am in my spirit trade. It's become a great teacher to pass this message on and to have a right to be teaching this to people because I need to have a right to teach it. I stopped women completely. Only friendships of women. Unless it's my girlfriend. Sex is fine. Can have sex as much as you want. I'm not doing this, we're just going to date and be friends, see where it goes. I ain't doing that no more. I tried that. Darkness, no happiness. Even if the girl is, no one night stands, no same day fucking lace. Fuck all that. That's the boys club. I ain't doing it no more. I don't do it. So, it's difficult, the awakening. It's difficult, it's challenging, it's hard. But it's worth it. It's the only route for happiness. It's the only fucking route. Look around you. And you know what's even good? I spoke to one of my friends on Skype. You do get your dark days, but the dark days there's more light. Because when you feel depressed, you're celebrating because you don't feel as bad as you used to feel. And this is a message from my friend who wrote to me today, Mike. I spoke to my friend Mike over Facebook today. He's been following my stuff for a long time, inspired me to this video. And what I wanted to say to Mike was, how I got good with women was to stop trying to be good with women and stop trying to make them like me and make people like me and start loving myself. So when guys say, I need to get good with women, no, don't say that. Replace that word and stick it on your head, trust me, say, I need to get good with Mike, I need to get good with Johnny Berba, I need to get good with David, I need to get good with Mohammed, I need to get good with Jermaine. It's always about us, it's never about the woman. Then when you get you right, the woman wants you. I promise you, I wouldn't lie to you. Look at my eyes. I know what I'm talking about. There's a method behind the madness. And I knew this when I was a kid. My dad used to tell me certain things. Give me some beatings, but give me some good advice. He used to say to me, son, if you want to get the birds around you, don't try, just be yourself, relax, and just have a laugh and just chat them up. It was solid advice. Be yourself, don't try too hard, and just relax and, and be a gentleman. Best advice ever. It's so simple, it's insulting. So, it's all about self-control, refraining from addictions, finding out who you are, staying in that place all the time. We do fall out sometimes, we make mistakes, addressing those mistakes, back in again, and women will be falling all over you. And guess what? See what I feel, guys? Do you mind if I share this with you? Just for me, and is that okay? I don't even need women anymore. I can admit publicly on the social media, I don't need women to make me feel good no more, because women can't make me feel good, because I feel good. I'm going to go even deeper. I don't care who got a problem with it. God's given me love, because he's helped me to love myself. I can love myself. I struggled for years with this shit. I was a teacher. I tried to pretend, but underneath I was in pain. I was a damaged man. I thought I've got, what right have I got to love me? What right gives me to love me? I was justifying my validation through how much money I make, even through, oh, I'm doing well with my students. I was great at giving love out. I couldn't receive it. A Christian guy said to me once, you know what, Johnny, you're great at giving love out. You're so kind, you help people. I said, I know. He said, but you got to start receiving. And I said, oh, I didn't want to hear it, because I don't like being preached at either. Even though I'm being a hypocrite now, I'm a bit preachy, but I went away and meditated on it. I thought, that's right, I was afraid to love myself, because I knew at the cost of me loving myself, my life would transform. I would now have the responsibility of being a confident man. This is what you guys are scared of. You are love, you have it, but you're blocking it with the bullshit, the dishonesty. And I'm going to leave you with a last message about love, because I wrote let me get my laptop now, you get me passionate. I'm going to read this out to you, right? Just bear with me. This is for Mike, and this is for all the guys, and this is for me, all of us, me too. I got to hear this back, because I'm a student as well. Okay, this is going to sum up the whole video. To try and understand love on an intellectual level would be pointless, like me doing this video, trying to intellectualize. When you feel love, or rather you access love, you know what it is. It's a personal, direct experience. People are searching for something that they already have within them. Hence going out, sleeping with women to feel love. The problem is we are taught to be afraid of love and to suppress it. Our society, we are society, to never trust it because we don't want to be hurt. We're afraid of being our full potential, what we are. We're frightened of taking off our mask. Like all the gurus say, I'm referring to Alan Watson, a lot of the gurus, myself, you guys, you know, this is deep. Like all the gurus say, all suffering is self-suffering, which means you can access self-love whenever you're ready. However, this is the catch, it's exciting. The key to waking up is to take the mask off that is layered of all the fears that you've been taught, all the conditioning about who you think you are, your old story, all about love. Enjoy the process. I'll leave you with that. Think about that, Mike. Meditate on that, Mike. Matthew, meditate on that.